Let me bring in the management at Zensar. Just taking a small detour. This is earnings season, so lots of numbers pouring in. Mr. Ganesh Natarajan is vice chairman at the company, Zensar Technologies. Profits, I think, on a consolidated basis, are down about 15% compared to the last quarter, the first quarter. So sequentially, profits are around 15%. The sales are up about 9% or so. Margins have dropped about 400 basis points, 15% this quarter compared to about 19% in the first quarter. Mr. Natarajan, thanks for joining us here on the show. Prashant this side, could you run us through what happened in this quarter? There seems to be a hit as far as profitability goes.
Yeah, that's true, and that's primarily because of currency. I mean, just to give you on an unrealized loss basis, we lost nearly 7 crores sequentially vis-a-vis the previous quarter. But the good news is the revenues are very good. In fact, 9% sequential growth is the highest sequential growth we've enjoyed for a long time. And even including the salary cost increases that always happen in this quarter, I think we had a very good quarter. Currency, of course, nobody has any control over, but I would expect that if the currency remains stable over the next 2 quarters, because it is fairly low at this point of time vis-a-vis the dollar, we should continue to have a good year and continue to grow as per our target.
Okay, Mr. Natarajan, take rupee out of the equation. How would, what would your margins be? So 400 basis points is what the margin contraction has been. Take rupee out of the picture. Assume rupee at the same level that it was at the end of the previous quarter, around 47. How would things be for you?
Well, it will actually be higher growth in the sense that, for instance, just to give you a sense of the numbers, the net income has gone down from 32.48 to 27.5, which is really, roughly, if you look at it, about 4.5 crores. Now, remember that the rupee impact was 7.5 crores or 7.3 crores. So we've actually gone up in terms of profit by a net 3 crores in spite of salary increases. That's something operationally things are just fine. New deals are coming in from all markets. They're getting good, reasonable pricing. So there's no concern at all on the business. The concern, as everybody has said in the industry, is on what is the direction of the dollar versus the rupee.
So how can you hedge or protect yourself from these fluctuations?
It depends. We have a fairly conservative hedging policy. Obviously we cover our receivables, but in terms of mark to market, etc., we really have a fairly conservative policy because our belief is that the company should be seen from what it performs in terms of operation. Volume growth, we have talked about double-digit volume growth. It's very much happening and will continue to happen. So given that, I think, and I don't expect, of course I'm not a soothsayer on currency, but I don't expect too much change from here on. So I think you'll see fairly stable growth both in revenues and profits here on.
Tell me the sensitivity of the rupee to your margins. So 1 rupee appreciation in the rupee to the dollar eats into your margins to what extent?
I can't give you the exact number right now, but for instance, if you really look at it, the rupee has come down from 46.14 in end of June to what was end of September 44.23, and that caused a 7.26 crore swing. So obviously, if it goes down to 42, you can expect there's another 7 crore swing which will have to compensate by better revenues and better profits. So that's really where it goes.
Another question.
All right, Mr. Natarajan, thanks for taking out the time by joining us here on the show. Good talking to you. Good luck with the currency, which I don't think anybody's got a real handle on. But of course, as Mr. Natarajan said, operational performance has not been bad, decent quarter coming in. All right, lots of numbers lined up.